Hello Virgo, this is your December 2017 reading. My name is Camille and you are watching Millennial Tarot. As with all the signs, I've just been giving a little bit of an astrological overview for what's going on in December. I'm just going to give you the big things. I went over some of the astrological minutiae with some of the earlier signs like Aries and Pisces. So if you want to know what's going on, you can watch their videos, but once I realized I was taking too long, I decided to do away with it for the rest of the video. So I'm just going to give you the big, meaty stuff. So obviously the big thing is that we are now in Sagittarius season. We will be until December 21st. So Sagittarius rules traveling abroad, more of a lightheartedness, wanderlust. It rules higher learning. It rules higher mindedness, higher consciousness, and philosophy. So Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is all about your beliefs and expanding them. Coming out of Scorpio season, which asked us to go deep, to get to the heart of the matter, to get to the truth, to have things coming out in light and doing that emotional and mental labor. Sagittarius is more about celebrating now. It is about bridging the gaps between differences in other people, coming together and finding the catharsis and the happiness and the enjoyment of communion and celebration. So I wish that lightheartedness on you because I know that I needed it. Another big thing that is happening is that Saturn will be moving into Capricorn later this month around the 20th. It will be moving from Sagittarius into Capricorn. So these big planetary changes like Saturn affect us all. They're a little bit more generationally speaking rather than the transpersonal planets that change monthly and sometimes weekly, like the moon and stuff. So Saturn in Capricorn is going to speak to a 2-year-long change that we will all be experiencing, especially when it has to do with our careers. So Capricorn naturally rules your 10th house, no matter what sign is on the cusp of that. Capricorn and Saturn rule that 10th house. And that 10th house is what? Your midheaven. It's your career. It's your goal. It's your social status. It is your reputation and the area of life that you want to succeed in. It is going to bring about a lot of changes for your career, for your social status. And Saturn is a slow-moving planet. And Capricorn is more about taking those diligent, slow steps. So this isn't going to be a hard blow, like, oh my God, my career is completely different now. It's going to be more slow-moving. It's going to be about capitalizing off of those more diligent, smaller steps to getting where you need to go. Saturn is at home in Capricorn. It rules Capricorn. So they're going to be kind of buddied up there. And Saturn is going to crystallize those lessons of Capricorn. And one big thing about Capricorn is that they follow the rules. They have integrity, and they are honest. And if you go against any of those things, Saturn is going to slap you across the face. So don't do it. For me personally, this is my Saturn return, and it is going to be the Saturn return for a lot of millennials. So this is Millennial Tarot. So for a lot of 26 to like 28, 9-year-olds, it's going to be a larger emphasis on us. Another thing that is happening in the sky is on the 3rd, we will have Mercury going retrograde until the 22nd. So when this happens right before the holiday season, it behooves me to tell you to triple check, quadruple check, and check again the checks. Any type of online payments, any type of bank transfers, ordering something online, tracking your shipments from UPS or USPS and all that stuff. Recheck your travel reservations, check your car, because whenever Mercury goes in retrograde, the most feared retrograde, the most famous retrograde, those things can kind of mess us up. So do the preemptive steps to keep that stuff at bay. We also have a super full moon going on in Gemini on December 3rd. Now this is happening on the same day that Mercury is going retrograde. And who rules Gemini? Mercury. So this is going to lead for some very fuzzy, weird communications. When the full moon is in Gemini, it amplifies communication, and communication will be of the utmost importance here. The Gemini full moon encourages you to go out and socialize, capitalize off of those beautiful Geminian energies of being the social butterfly, being witty, ruling your communication, and going out there like you own the fucking place. So this is what I had to say for you as far as the astrological profile. I'm going to do a past, present, future reading to see what's going on with you, Virgo. I'm skipping over my oracle deck and oracle readings this time. I think I just did it for one sign, but that deck has no inspiration and holds no joy for me anymore, so I don't want to do a reading with a deck I don't like. I'd rather just give you guys a shorter, smaller reading than give you guys like a dry reading. So here we go. See what's going on with Virgo. Alrighty. Do a little nose itch. Alright. Okay. So in the past position or past that makes sense for you, we have the Queen of Wands. In the present position, we have the Seven of Swords. And in the future outcome position, we have the Three of Swords. Do not despair. We only end readings when the readings become happy. This is my personal philosophy. So the Queen of Wands is about taking those fast steps towards getting what we want. Wands rule desire, passion, being mobilized towards getting what you want. The Queen of Wands is determined. She is fiery. She is confident. She is after what she wants. So you coming into December, the Queen of Wands sees you having taken those steps to get what you want. And maybe in November or around Scorpio season, or what it makes sense for you, you have taken those steps and you are landing now in December kind of like what to do next type attitude. So the Queen of Wands is the development of a move or a trip or a career move. It is about loving children and being loving and honorable. So the flip side is that this could be a motherly card for you. Any type of fire, motherly energy that has been in your life might have been seeing you through these career changes, seeing you through this travel, seeing you through this redirection of your energy. So the fire signs are Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Check those out in the people around you or in your own self. So the Seven of Swords. This is a card of deception. This is a card of people trying to steal your stuff. It's a card of people telling secrets about you or taking your intellectual property, especially. On the flip side, it could be someone who is looking out for you and looking out for your swords. But more likely than not, especially because we're ending here on the Three of Swords, I see that the Seven of Swords is more about thievery. It's about something being left behind, feeling like a loss of power, setbacks, and someone stealing an idea or your dreams. So with the Queen of Wands energy being kind of stopped dead in its tracks by the Seven of Swords energy, you felt the momentum and the charge and the drive to go after something you wanted, and you were kind of mothered through that, either through actual people in your life or through the universe. You were taking guided actions towards something that you want, and then December sees you in a kind of full stop. And the reason you're feeling this way is because you feel like someone around you is being unhonest, untruthful, dishonest, untruthful, kind of out there looking at what you're doing and kind of talking about you behind your back type energy as well. It represents someone stealing your idea, so you could have had something that you were really excited about, and someone was like, oh, she looks so excited about that, I'm going to take it. And that could be what's happening to you, either literally or symbolically. And it is upsetting you here because in the outcome we have the Three of Swords. So you are allowing, and I do say you are allowing because swords are all about mental stuff, you are allowing this setback to hurt you. And I'm going to pull more cards, but just, from Camille to you, you shouldn't. Because what you were so excited about, what you were working on, what you were charging towards, whether it was a change in your career, a new fitness thing, love relationship, just doing something, and you felt the energy to do it, and you felt compelled to do it because probably you were supposed to, you need to keep doing it and not be dissuaded by the dishonest, dark, weird energy happening right now in your life. Coming from a person. This is coming from a person. I don't feel like this is you. I feel like it's somebody trying to steal your glow. Give me a second. Pause. Half of the deck fell on the floor. Well, so I'm going to shuffle that again. The Seven of Swords can also be disagreement. If you're moving into business with somebody, or you need someone's help in order to move forward, they could be being obstinate and stubborn and just trying to block you, whether they know they're doing that or not. So you feel blocked and stuff, and it's causing you pain. Like deep, profound pain. Because it's the Three Swords going through the heart. So whatever this is, it really, really matters to you. That felt good. stop until it's the happy part. So, coupled up here with the Queen of Wands, we have the Chariot. The Chariot is a major arcana card of the Cancer. Before I was saying you could have been felt, this could be like a motherly energy, or you could just feel mothered by the universe. So Cancer rules, the mom in astrology and all that type of energy. So that could just be this coming up to double down on that interpretation. But the Chariot also represents you moving quickly into something, and this does not surprise me because the Queen of Wands is the fastest moving queen, because Queen of Wands rule that moving into a new space, that mobility, that upwards movement. So Queen of Wands here with the Chariot was like this idea came to you super quick, super fast. You capitalized on it super quick and super fast, and you were making steps, but you were blocked. But it's something that you were so energized to do because that's how quickly you did it, right? So how quickly you did it was in direct proportion to how it made you feel. Alive and in charge, fired up and passionate, and you went out and you did that in the world. So coupled up here with the Seven of Swords, we have the Seven of Cups, so another 7. And you're the 7th sign of the zodiac. No, you're not. You're the 6th sign. Forget I said that. Forget I said it. Oh my god, Virgos are so about perfection. I got it wrong. No. You guys are the 6th sign of the... Are you? Yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But the 2 7s here speak to that same place in your journey. If we're thinking about aces as zeros and 10s as being the completion of a cycle, the 2 7s here mean that you're almost there. And the 7 of Cups is the card of daydreaming. It's the card of having so many options to weigh, good and bad and mysterious. It's about the torture of your own daydream. So I'm going to expound upon my initial interpretation. So I did think this was somebody else coming in to block you and block that momentum you had. But it could be yourself. It could be you giving into the peril of daydream. And daydreaming is the most inactive thing you can be doing. You're just sitting there and dreaming, but you're not putting out any work in the actual world. And you were doing that, and you know how to do that. But you could have just paused for a minute, and you may not know what the next step is, so you're just kind of sitting there dreaming about what the next step could be. But more likely than not, or in addition to that, it could be this person has blocked you, and now you're trying to figure out where do you go now? And wherever you go, once you get this person out of your way, once you get this dishonest energy out of your way, it will be good, but you're paralyzing yourself by having all these options. And the reason you feel like you have so many options, or you feel like you're weighing so much, is because this person has blocked you, so you're trying to figure out every single type of way to get around this stuck energy, to get around this person, to get around this duplicitous, thievery type of energy. And that could be you blocking yourself and then them blocking you, and that's just this terrible vicious cycle of blocked energy. And it's upsetting you here because we have the 3 of Swords. But then to couple with that, these are the outcome positions, by the way, so you can go that route and be upset, and that's just the end of the story for you. But what I truly thought and what did come up was that it'll be okay. And the 9 of Cups is the wish fulfillment card. He's here sitting, he's happy, he's hospitable, he's sharing what he has received. And he is in this. He's in the 9s, so that's even closer to the end of the journey. If we're talking 10s and 7s and 9s and then 10. So it's almost as if you were so close to getting. If you just push through a little bit longer, you will get to your desired endpoint, and it'll make you feel good instead of this 3 of Swords stuff. Swords also rule what's going on in our heads, that mental aspect, that cerebralness. So it could be, this person is blocking you, it is upsetting you, but, you can always choose again. You don't have to choose to be sad. You don't have to choose to be frustrated and to get yourself caught up in what next, what options, and all this stuff. You can actually just choose again. And I think that when you do, a new pathway will open up, a new option will open up, the next right step will present itself to you, and it will ultimately lead to that 9 of Cups happiness. I'm going to pull one more card for the outcome. Okay, we have the 6 of Swords. So I feel like this is bridging that gap. it's hard to believe how we're ever going to get from here to here. These are two completely opposite energies. But when you throw the Six of Swords in there, bridging that gap, almost kind of literally with his boat, you see that now the broken heart and the Six of Swords energy is you moving away from troubled waters into still waters, and what is waiting for you on the shore is this guy. So who you have to be in December in order to really re-energize who you were coming into December, who you were coming into Sagittarius season, so a little bit bleeding back into November, is a person who has the self-will and the self-confidence to get over the heartbreak, to move past it, and to know and to see that your eventual outcome is to have a wish fulfilled. I want to just look up Nine of Cups one more time. Generosity, something good is coming. That's literally what I wrote. Something good is coming. So, something good is coming. I'm just going to edit there. So you could have felt hard-fought with what's going on here. This is a very confusing time to be in. Someone being deceptive and all that, and then you doubling down on that energy by being like, oh, what do I do? And then what you really should do is to choose again, see it differently. You do have the swords here again. You're going from a 3 to now a 6, so involvement in that mental energy, that mental plane, and you know that the onus is on you, and to move forward, to move out of those waters, you are accountable for your own life, and that it will end up being okay. As I said, something good is coming. So that was your December 2017 reading. I do hope that you join me in 2018 for new stuff and new cool things, and that you subscribe and all that stuff. I just wanted to take this time to say I am still doing my $5 readings. I got to do a couple in the last few weeks, and they've been really, really, really enriching for both me and the person who has been, and people who are asking me questions. And I set the price really low at $5 just so it's not a huge investment on your part. Because I'm still kind of new at this. But so if you want to give yourself a gift, or me a gift, or somebody in your life a gift of having a question answered and having that clarity in your heart and in your soul, then I do encourage you to email me down below. I left everything in the description box to get your $5 reading. I probably will jack up the prices in 2018. I gotta be a business person, man. That's Capricorn and Saturn, man. Gotta do it. So I hope that you have a great holiday season, whatever you celebrate, winter solstice or whatever, or nothing. I will see you back here again, and Happy New Year. Bye.